Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Notary Life with Kimmi. Hey guys, how's it going? What's up? What's up? It's Friday. What's up? Hey guys, today I am talking about just some notary gems, my daily check-in. What is going on? What is going on? So I do have some tips as always. Let me cut that down because it actually shows up in my live when my phone is ringing because I am still actually working and I'm on my phone. So anyway, I got a couple tips I want to share with you. I'm waiting on YouTube to do its thing, and then we're going to hop right into it and talk about a few things. How is everyone doing today? How is it going? Welcome to those who will listen to the replay, those who will listen to the podcast. Welcome. What's going on? So we're going to do a little notary training as always with your number one educator. Hey, Aretha, how are you? Welcome. We're going to do a little training, some tips, and talk about this notary life. Notary life with Kimmi. Hey, Lori. What's up? Lori's in mentorship. Lori's doing amazing. I'm loving our mentorship program. I am, but I got some tips I'm going to drop today. Some gems. Get your pen and paper. Blessed sister. Oh, thank you, Lori. I'm so glad. One day I'm going to have all you guys on that are comfortable and interview you so other people can find out that mentorship is real. It's not just a hustle. And yeah. Hey, J-Can. Hey, Kimmi, I'm about to join your community. We would love to have you. People are making some things happen. Today, somebody is getting, hopefully, their first deposition. So I've never had a deposition, and they were asking me, well, how do you charge for a deposition? And I just said, use your screening questions. I always ask the same questions, no matter what kind of job is it. How far do I have to travel? Today is just a general topic, okay? Hey, Tabitha, what's up? Today is just a general conversation. Not really thing specific, but I have a lot of gems I'm going to drop, but I don't have a specific gem. Theme, rather. So anyway, they were asking how much should they charge. And I always do my same questions no matter what. I want to know how far do I have to travel. I want to know how many people are going to be involved. Those are my main things I want to know. Because time is money. So I usually base my signings and everything on... Sorry, I had to do one thing on the computer. Yeah, I usually base my signings and anything I do on how much time does it take? How much? Am I going to be there an hour, 2 hours, and how far do I have to travel? So I teach you that in the pricing course. And here on the channel, I have a lot of things here on the channel. So that's what I do, anything. So for me, if I was going to do a deposition, I want to know, again, how many people, how far I have to travel. What is the deposition about? You might want to even inquire about that. What are they talking about? Is it just a simple, car accident that happened, or were they in the hospital for 2 years and now they got to give you all this information? So you got to ask questions. Questions equal money. You heard it here first. I always got to say that because there's a lot of stuff going on out here. But I don't know if I wrote that phrase or not. I don't know, because I never really heard that before. But questions equal money. I said it first on Bill Soroka, Notary Coach, about 3 years ago. He was like, Kimmi, I love that. So I'm going to say it was new. Yep. I still rock with Bill. I watch his stuff. when I first started my business, Bill, I watched this stuff a lot. So, and I would ask questions on there. You might even go back to old episodes and you'd be like, there go Kimmi. So, yeah. So, anyway, Bill is cool. And we've been on other programs together where we've been interviewed together. We've spoken together a couple of things. So, yep. So, I consider myself to be an expert in the industry at this point. Don't know everything, never profess to, but you know, I do my thing. So anyway, let's get to it. Let me see a couple comments here. So Aretha says, I'm loving all the information in the mentorship. I just need to get started. Yes, Aretha, we want you to get started. And welcome again to the mentorship, everybody. Yes, you are. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So let's get into it. I hope you got a pen and paper. So the first thing I want to talk about really quick, and I'm gonna go on my tangent later about what happened yesterday, because we had a comment made yesterday and everybody was like, ooh, Kimmi. But I'm gonna tell y'all why I bugged out yesterday. So we're gonna come back to that. I'm gonna say that as the last thing. So the first thing is I want to tell you, make sure you try to have a network of other notaries. So yesterday I had an assignment. I did put it in our mentor group. One person was available. The other person I called said they could go do it. They really had something else to do, but they didn't have a printer with toner and ink, so they couldn't print my client's document. I was going to forward the document to them to be printed. So they technically couldn't do the job even if they wanted to, because the document had to be printed. Tip there. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Does your printer have ink and toner in it? Do you even have a printer? Okay, if you don't have a dual tray, just get you a single tray, okay? I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready. If I call you, I don't want you to be like, well, I got to go get an ink pen and I got to go get a clipboard. I got to go do this. No, you need to be ready. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I go over how important it is to have your notary supplies. That's part of what I train you also, educate you on having your notary supplies, having a way to collect payment. Okay, please feel free to drop your comments because I can hang out a little while. My next appointment is not until like 4, so I got a few minutes today. Anyway, so the reason I brought that up though is because I had an assignment that I could not do yesterday. Could not find a notary despite everyone always telling me I got 50 notaries in my area. They don't answer the phone. I keep trying to tell you that when you actually start your business, you will figure out it's the same truth for you. People don't answer the phone. They say they are a notary, but they're not really a working notary. How many people you know say, my grandmama was a notary, but I'm not just a notary, I'm a business owner, so I pick up my phone, okay? I'm wearing my advertising, okay? So anyway, I couldn't find a notary in my regular database. I couldn't find a notary in my mentorship that can go. I did have one other person, shout out to Lisa, and Donna was going to go for me, but again, she just wasn't ready or really didn't even have time, but she was going to try to squeeze it in. But shout out to Lisa because she was going to make it happen, but the client really wanted it done yesterday. So I had to Google notary near me and still couldn't find anyone. So I ended up remembering I saw somebody on Instagram that is in my area. So I called that person and he actually picked up the phone. Very professional. He went and got it completed. He was able to print. Now, only thing that he and I would disagree on was the pricing. I had quoted one thing, and then he said, oh, I can't overcharge the client. Well, I was like, I ain't overcharging them either, but your rate is your rate. My rate is my rate. Okay? So even right now, we have so many people here in the live chat. Each of us will charge a different price, and that's okay. We each get to run our business how we run our business. So when he said that, Jeffrey just happened to be standing here. I had the guy on speaker who I was giving it to, the fellow notary. And he says, yeah, I don't want to overcharge him because I just didn't want him to charge more than what I was charging because I had already made the commitment with my client. So he said, yeah, I don't want to overcharge him. Me and Jeff both looked at each other like, what? And he was coming further than I was. So again, a lot of people use these fancy traveling calculators and notary things that they found from people. I don't recommend all that. Once you learn the business and you know how to price, I don't need no calculator to tell me how far I have to go. I ain't got to do no fancy math. I'm like Medea in the movie when she had to calculate. Okay? I don't need all that fancy stuff. Okay? All we going to do is think about the screening questions I teach you to ask. Okay? The screening questions I teach you to ask. How far? How many people? What type of document? Okay? Nothing's changed. I've been doing that for years. So I look like I've lost some weight because I under, no. So all that being the case, everybody gets the right to, again, charge what they want to charge. So that's what he did. He did the assignment. It went well. My client was happy. I didn't get to make the money. I'm the one who prepared the document for the client. I talked about that yesterday. I don't encourage everyone to do doc preparation. I only do basic things. I had the client send me his words. I typed it up for him. And then we got it completed. Okay. So I did all that and I didn't even make no money from it. But I did gain a client trust, a client relationship. Because now if he needs something in the future, he'll call me and he'll know that if I can't make it happen, I got a team of notaries around me that can. I don't have a signing service, but I will go to Google, just like a regular client, notary near me, which is what I did. I look for who has 5 stars. But in this case, I found him on Instagram, like I said. And he went out, he produced, and his ratings are 5 stars too, just so happens. So I'm going to take a quick little break here. I'm going to tell you really quick about the mentorship program, and then I'm going to get back to my other tips because I got some more tips. So the mentorship program, as many of you know, and if you don't know, check out NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. The mentorship is $47. It includes access to all of our courses online, including apostille, Notarize Like a Pro, the tax course. I'm getting ready to add a marketing course. You get access to all of those courses, plus 4 to 5 live trainings, depending on how many weeks are in the month, but weekly live trainings / coaching. Every session ends in coaching. And what else? The chat, you get access to a group me chat, which is private, where we help you. And if we have to call you from the chat because you're at an assignment, you need some help or something, we'll do that. So that is the mentorship. So check it out. It's definitely growing. We're very pleased that we're able to offer it at such a reasonable price. And I just want to clarify this again because I get this question all the time. And you guys have been so helpful with telling me what the different terms are in different communities. But there's a thing in different communities called so-so, and of these other communities, other cultures where everybody put in a little bit in the kitty and then everybody's able to benefit. That's how we're able to run our mentorship program so inexpensively. So it's not that it's a crappy mentorship. It is the bomb.com. Not that it is jinky, chancy, whatever other words you want to insert. Ghetto is none of the above. It's an actual beautiful mentorship that we put together. And it took us years to roll out our mentorship at Notary Educators because we actually believe in educating you, which takes a little bit longer than just giving you the information. Honestly, sometimes people ask a question and I know people are like, well, Kimmi, can you just tell me the answer? No, most of the time I can't because I want to teach you how to fish. You learn how to do this and then your business will blossom. See, if I just tell you everything, that's not going to help you. Not to mention, I may not always be there to help you. No one can answer the phone 24/7, but if I teach you how to reason on it and think on it, that takes a little bit longer. You ever seen a parent and they just going off on their kid and their first reaction is just hit them. Just hit them. No, sometimes you got to take time to talk to these children, okay? And it takes more time to raise them that way, okay? That's how I was raised. My mother be like, look. Now, I ain't going to say she ain't throw a shoe. Now, my mama throw a shoe in a minute, okay? You be over here in a New York minute, boom, you got a shoe or a black shampoo comb, and if you know, upside your head. However, my mother was like a person that would talk to you, Now, why you do that? Okay. So anyway, that being the case, I just wanted to share what mentorship does look like. I hope that if you are in the business of starting your business and you really wanted to grow, check out the mentorship program. So I'm going to give you a couple more tips, then I'll tell you about some more stuff, okay? So another tip I had was last night's session that we had in the mentorship program was all about making confirmation calls to your loan signing customers. So if you missed it and you want to get in on it, you can watch the replay, okay? You still can join at any time. It's not the kind of mentorship program where you have to have started in the beginning. You start where you are, and then we all just get together, okay? There's no way everybody going to ever start. There's new notaries that are watching this right this second. Somebody else has been a notary for 5 years, had their commission. So it's not that kind of mentorship program. If you start wherever you are, we help get you up to speed where you are in your journey, okay? So last night we talked about confirmation calls and how to make them. Angela led that session. And it was really interesting. I always go back and watch the sessions just to make sure, what happened, what was said, or whatever. And when you think about a confirmation call, I just want to give you a tip. This wasn't necessarily mentioned last night. It might have been, because I listen to so much stuff, y'all. But I want to give you something based on my own experience. I have a couple of direct clients, and I have to reach out. They come to me. The client calls me. Then I have to make the appointment with the client. So sometimes it's hard for me to get in touch with the client. Either they've been traveling, the number has changed, whatever. So now I started asking them, can you provide me with an email address? Can you give me an email address? Because most people check their email. Now, not everybody, but if I can't get you by phone, I can't get you by text, I need an alternative method. And now my new thing is email. Can I get your email address? So again, I do that as another alternative in order to contact my client. Whenever you're making these appointments and scheduling appointments, if the appointment doesn't happen, you don't get paid and the signing service doesn't get paid. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Everybody is getting paid based on what happens at the signing. So again, if you don't, I hear Jeffrey coming upstairs, that's why I'm a little distracted. So if you don't make that call and confirm the appointment and your client is not there, you're not getting paid, the signing services are getting paid, and the client is not getting the product that they wanted, whatever that may be, whatever product or whatever cash they were looking for, whatever service, whatever it was they were trying to get, it's not going to happen. So that confirmation call is very important, okay? That's the tip I want to leave about confirmation calls. Try to get you an email address. Now, let's go back to something else I wanted to let you know is back, and I'm so pleased to announce. Guess what? Guess what? The courses are still, they've always been on the website, but we decided to go back to offering a discount on the courses. So they're 60% off. The coupon code is WIN2025, WIN 2025. Okay. That's the coupon code, and they are on sale. Angela's courses, the apostille and wedding officiant, she still hasn't committed or told me yet what she's doing with those, but everything else is on sale. Loan signing, Google My Business, Notarize Like a Pro, the tax course, everything else is on sale. So check it out at notaryeducatorsllc.com. 60% off. Coupon code is WIN, WIN 2025. Okay. And we are getting ready for 25. Okay. What else? Oh, bundles. The bundles are back. So I had taken the bundles off the website, but I've re-uploaded them. You guys have spoken and we have heard. Kimmi, I love your program, but I'm really not interested in mentorship right now. Cool. I thought, this is where being a business owner, full transparency, I'm like, put that mentorship out. That's what everybody's been asking for. However, you got, whenever you say everybody, there's always a few that's not part of the everybody. That's just facts. So you'd be like, everybody says, they all say, you ever said that? And then somebody else, who is they? That was in the Tyler Perry movie. Who is they? And it's not always a they, it's not always everybody, right? So I'm thinking everybody wants mentorship, but that's not true. A lot of people don't want mentorship. They want information and knowledge to be able to effectively learn the business, to learn how to notarize documents, to learn how to administer an oath, to learn how to price their services, right? But they may not want mentorship and they're not ready for that step. Cool. I said, we got to go back to what we were doing. So as a matter of fact, we went ahead and put the bundles back out too. So now the bundles are there so you can save even more. If you're that person where you want to self-teach, what kind of self-teach? I'm teaching you, but if you want to do that route, more self-paced is a better way to put that. Yeah, the bundles are back, so check that out. So everything is back the way it was, in addition to having the mentorship program. So you have many options to learn with Notary Educators and to be properly educated on how to complete your notarial duties, because as I always say, if you don't know how to do the business, you have no business doing a business, okay? And doing this business means knowing how to properly notarize documents. Let's overcome some of that fear. Let's start getting these assignments, okay? And we're seeing things happening with the group, so I'm excited. Okay, so let's go back to some of the comments, and feel free to drop your comments now. So we have Jay Can says, I was told men don't do notary work, and I'm looking forward to being a part of a few men that do. But nevertheless, I'm getting to the bag and serving people who needs it. I'm located in Georgia. Jay Can, I love the way you think. And it's funny you said that, because I actually, in 2025, I'm going to be doing more to raise awareness to our young men folk. I am, because men do notary work. The person I referred to yesterday was a man, y'all. You're right. It's only 7% notaries out of 4 million. Yes. Yes. It is very, very few. Very, very few. So I challenge you, Jay, yes, to learn the business. You might even start your own YouTube channel talking about being a male notary. I'm going to have Jeffrey doing more in 2025. He doesn't know it yet. Maybe he's watching or listening. But I am going to start bringing him on even more, because Jeffrey is very active in the business. He is a full-time notary now. So yeah, he knows the business, and there are very, very, very few men. And with men, there are special tips that I want to start bringing too. And I'll let him share more on this, but I'll just give you one example. When Jeffrey goes to a signing, or even just walking in life, period, he has to walk different as a larger Black man. I say larger, not in size, but he's like almost 6 feet tall, like 5'11". So he's a larger man. So just walking in the room, I want to make sure, hey, you don't startle women, make your presence known. He's a soft giant, because a lot of times he walked up on me, I don't even know he's there. I said, don't get hurt. That's how you get yourself hurt, because he's very mild also, So you look at him and you think, ooh, scary, but he's a big old teddy bear. So that being the case, men do have to walk differently in this space. When you go into a woman's home, is her husband there? How do you interact with the wife? So those are very, very valid concerns, Jay, and we're going to be addressing more of that in 2025. Yeah, I got some big things coming for us. And I would love to see more men in this space too. Okay. Blessed Sister says, questions equal money. I say it all day long. Questions equal money. The more questions you ask, this is why that's so important, Blessed Sister, is because the more questions you ask, they call me thinking, oh, I thought it was only $2 in the state of Georgia. I start asking my questions. Are there any witnesses required? What type of document do you have? Where will I be traveling to? And then they're going cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So you see the difference? Questions equal money. And I teach that all day long. I've been solid on that from the day I started this. The more questions you ask, that bill is going up in that client's head. That's why I personally do not put prices on my notary website for my personal business. Now, I put the prices on the courses for you on Notary Educators, LLC.com for those, because I want you to go ahead and do the math in your head. Okay, it's 60% off. What's the real price? So I put the prices over there. But when it comes to my personal business, I don't put the price there, because I want you to feel how much this power of attorney about to cost you. Okay, I'm not going to give you a price. I want you to see it and have sticker shock on my website. Because that's the other thing. You're looking at my website and you're like, dog, I ain't know it costs that much. But see, when you talk to me on the phone, I'm able to explain, oh, am I providing the witnesses? How many witnesses do we need? Where are we traveling to? And that confidence that I'm just talking with you just naturally right now, that comes from education and training. It really does. Proper education. Okay? Very good. Hello, Drea. What's up? What's up? Drea is in mentorship too. Lori W says, Lori's in the mentorship. Lori says, I'm looking to start doing inspections. So I reviewed the specialty notary training, which was very informative. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just interested in finding out the best company to sign up with. So Lori, we actually talked about this in the chat the other day. My number one is Metro Inspections. I typically don't say a lot of names here on the YouTube channel, because when I first started my channel, somebody was like, we ain't asking you to advertise for us. And I had to pull down a very popular video. I was livid. But she was right. So I put it in the chat, the name of the company, and everybody just blew them up. And it was not good. It was terrible. She was like, are you some kind of influencer or something? She said, I've been getting inundated with so many requests to work with us. And then she was so nice. But she was like, we didn't ask you to advertise for us, basically. So, But Metro Inspections, I've always spoken about them and never had a problem. So that's my number one I would give you. In the chat, I don't recall. I know Sandcastle is another one. And there was one in the chat that look in our chat, Lori, because Lisa does quite a few for this other company. I don't recall who it is, but it was in the chat. And that's another thing of the private chat, because we're able to help each other as they getting tips, like Lori, like I was saying, not Lori, Lisa. Lisa works with a couple of companies, and she's been very open about who she works with, so she can share it in the chat, So check it out. Mentorship is worth its weight in gold. Drea is laughing. Welcome in advance, Jay. Oh, yeah, they're saying, come on, Jay, come to the program. So Drea is saying, not a shoe or a shampoo comb. Yes, Drea, shampoo comb. Yes, my mother would be like, boom, right at the back of the head. But we didn't get a lot of whoopings. We did not. We did not. Jeffrey, my husband, he said it wasn't nothing for his daddy because he had boys. So they had 3 boys and a girl. I'm 3 girls and a boy. So, and actually today is the anniversary of my sister. I lost in 2019, actually. So I thought today was going to be kind of rough. We're actually all going to get together. Not because of that. We're just getting together shortly. But I'm marking it on my calendar. You can never forget anyway. Because I was talking to my sister, my other sister. I had 2. And my one I lost, like I said, today in 19. And my other sister was like, I don't put it on my calendar. So everybody grieves differently. This is not what this channel is about, but we're going to go there because I got a few minutes. Everyone grieves differently. And for me, I just put it on my calendar. I just put today I lost my baby sis. So this time is always rough for me. The end of the year, December, and going into January all the way up until March is very rough for me because that's when I lost my dad. So I'm always a little anxious, just talking it up right now. I'm always a little anxious toward fourth quarter right now because of all the experiencing of the deaths and stuff that I had the last few years. And it was the end of the year, so I'm always anxious. I'm like, what's getting ready to happen? A little more. I'm like, what's going on? Am I going to lose somebody or who's next? And it's more the end of the year. It doesn't really during the summer months. I'm not, thinking that. It's just I get a little more dread, like from now until almost March. That's a long time, but it's not every day. But typically around when I know it's the anniversary of one of their deaths or something. So for those of you who don't know, I lost my sister, my baby sister, today, 2019, December 13th. And then in March, I lost my dad, which was 3 months later. That was 2020. And then 2 years later, I had lost my mom. That was in the month of February. And then that following May, same year, 2022, I lost my father-in-law. Jeff lost his dad. So we had 4 major deaths in a very long time. A very short time, rather. Very short time. So it affects all of us differently. Again, for me, I put it on the calendar. My other sister doesn't prefer to remember like that. I may mention it to her later. I don't know if she remembers. I mentioned it to Jeff earlier. So, it could be kind of rough this time. I know it's rough for a lot of people around holidays anyway, because they may not have family at all. I still have family. I have my sister and my brother, and I have my niece and my hubby, my family was such a huge part of my life. And you saw my mom in videos. My dad never got to see my business. I ain't ever get into all that again because I did that a few weeks ago and I was crying. But anyway, so my mom was a huge part of my business. Jeff's dad was a part of our business because he served as our witness too. My mom was a witness / actress because she's in a couple of my videos. So get your family involved. Get your family involved. And I tried to do this actually a couple years ago when my nephew became a notary. He's decided to go to school, so he's not really doing anything with his notary commission right now. But get your family involved. If you have young people like what was his name earlier? Like Jay was saying earlier, it's not a lot of men. Get your young boys involved if they're 18, Let them start building their own businesses. The older notaries were dying out. They're dying out. We're dying out. But, generations coming. My sister always said that. Generation coming, generation going. The Bible does say that. And I know that factually. But It's still painful, and I don't even want to talk about all that because we ain't ready to do the full thing. So anyway, that was it. Last thing I wanted to talk about product-wise today is my Start Your Notary Business book. If you've not seen it, let me see if I got one in the drawer. Here I do. So the last thing product-wise, and I have one more tip. We're going to go on this other tangent really quick. If you have not seen the Start Your Notary Business books, check them out. This is just happen to have, I have Florida, Georgia, Indiana, but every state has their own book. So check it out. It will teach you how to start your notary business, all about the business, to marketing, what services you can offer, okay? So check that out. And I think that'll be, I know it's a great book for you. It comes in ebook and also paperback for each state, okay? Boom. I might try to get this on audio too. But the audio wouldn't be state specific though. So this is state specific, certain things that you need for your state, okay? So last thing we got to talk about is what happened yesterday on the live, okay? For those of you who were here, you know. If you know, you know. So yesterday we were on the live and someone had called me. They called my business line. They called Notary Educators line. And they were like frantic, 911, help. I got a signing. I don't know what to do. And my number one rule, you will always hear me say, don't take no signing. Don't have no business if you don't know what to do with your business. If you don't know how to stamp a paper, you should not be out there accepting assignments. So this person took a signing. And then she calls one up my phone. And I did talk to her. And I was like, hey, I think you should give the signing back. What? Yeah, I told her that. She wasn't ready. I don't know what happened. Didn't call her. Not even going to get into it. But when she calls me, I asked her a couple questions. And she didn't even know that she needed witnesses for her signing. She needed witnesses. The documents they're not properly executed if she didn't have a witness. So I told her that. That was the first thing. So the questions that she was asking me, I already knew she didn't know what she was doing. So she said, I just wanted to try one because I wanted to just get started. I can't afford training. That's what she says. I can't afford training. And I was like, you can afford not to have training, okay? You cannot be out here taking these jobs, guys, and you don't know what you're doing. Okay. I gave her a couple tips. I told her reach out to the signing company if she has some questions, because I had my own appointment yesterday. See, that's the other piece of this people don't realize. I am on YouTube. I'm a content creator. I'm a business owner. I'm a business educator in the notary space, but I also run a notary business, right? My own notary. This is my notary business, none better. So I have my own business. And then I also have Notary Life with Kimmi. I have to do my lives, as you see me here. And then I have my Notary Educators mentorship program. So I'm not just sitting here and not doing anything. So there's a proper channel for everything, right? So the proper way to get assistance is through the mentorship program. I cannot just randomly take people calls to help them with their signings all day. I would never get anything accomplished. And we know I have stuff to do. You have stuff to do, right? So anyway, the person calls me and I'm never going to just not help. I'm just not that person. She was like, I'll pay you. No, you won't pay me. Because I don't have time. If I wanted to, and one, you can't pay me enough. One, you can't pay me enough. And two, I don't want your money. And three, I have my own signings. And four, I can't just tell you how to do a signing in 2 minutes on the phone. I cannot teach you how to be a loan signing agent in 2 minutes on the telephone. Okay? So we had this whole conversation. I had this conversation yesterday. And by the time we finished, I finally told her, I said, you know what? I recommend get a signing back. And I said, but honey, if you want to do it, because it was an hour away. And what I was going to do so you guys could see how generous I am, I was going to go meet her at the signing and help her. Maybe we split the commission. I don't know. But anyway, but it was an hour away from the house. And I said, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not. Because I know she wasn't even making that much where she could pay me to drive an hour. So, but because she kind of lived in the area, so I didn't mind going to meet her if she was closer. I was going to do that. And I've did it before with other students. I went to serve as a witness just to help them out. So I'm not above helping people out. So it's not about you have to be part of my mentorship to get help. I'm not that person. However, you have to have a reference point, you know? You have to have at least a point of reference for me to try to help you. So she had 0 point of reference. Okay, so here we go. So in the chat though, somebody puts, and I know she didn't mean nothing shady, okay? So I'm just gonna say it this way because this is just how I'm talking, and this is how I felt. But this is not what she. Well, probably was, she typed what she meant, but it didn't. She didn't mean it to come across this way. She's a very religious watcher, so very faithful. So no shade to you, sweetie. I just want them to understand how I felt and what was interpreted by the comments too. I didn't want other people to think that was cool, okay? And that was your opinion as you stated in the chat. So the person made their comment and I said, oh no, got to straighten that out right now. So the comment was made in the chat that, well, your program is nice and all, they fill in a few gaps, but basically you just call a lender if you got a question. Oh, really? So I was like, not, stop. We are not telling people that you can just call the lender, okay? That is not how that works, because a lot of people don't even know what kind of ID they can accept, okay? They don't even know if they should have a journal. So if you call a lender asking them, may I take an expired ID, or what kind of identification can I take in my state? Can I take a passport? If you call a lender asking all that kind of stuff, they're going to know that you don't know what you're doing. You don't call a lender and say, hey, what color ink should I use? You call a lender with all these little questions that you should know, or you need to take time to invest in training, education, okay? So the comment was kind of made like, you ain't got to worry about training, just call a lender. And no, I'm telling you, most lenders are not notaries, as I stated yesterday. So to say just call the lender about your notarial rules, no, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know. Lenders are not notaries. 99% of them are not. Even that when an attorney gives you a signing and say, hey, can you go execute this power of attorney? By the way, if you don't know what execute means, you probably need to be in mentorship. Can you go and execute this power of attorney? And you say, I'll just call the attorney to ask him how to properly notarize it. No, now there may be a one-off of a document you've not seen before or something like that. There are documents within loan signing packages that don't say sign here, stamp here, but it needs to be signed. One is a letter of explanation, okay? It could be explaining away something in their credit report, but it doesn't say sign this. You just need to, either because you've been properly trained that's something to look for, or they're going to send you back out there, okay? And you have to learn the hard way. And sometimes the hard way will cost you money. So I was very on a tangent yesterday. I was like, I don't want you all thinking, oh, I'll just call the lender, because that's not proper training. I'll just call the attorney. I'll just call whoever gave me the assignment. No. Even in my mentorship class, I teach people, don't be blowing up these people's emails and calling them about everything. Some stuff is, let's reason it out. Let's talk it out. Do you think you need to call a lender about that? No. Do you think you really need to be emailing them about this? No. So, we're not doing that. So I want you all to be pros. I want you to know how to properly notarize. I want you to know how to stamp that paper. Okay? I want you to do all of these things like a pro, like I always say. It's not that complicated. It's not, but you still need to know. Like once you learn how to drive a car, you be like, oh, is that it? But you still got to learn how to do it, right? Babies are not born driving cars. Okay? You don't come out your mama's stomach know how to stamp a paper. And some people say, well, that's easy. That's why I always say, that's my other thing. What I do is not sexy. I'm the person that get down in the mud with you and teach you how to properly do what you need to do. I could talk about marketing, and I have a new marketing course that's coming out any day. It is going to be thebomb.com. And I have a little small marketing piece in the pricing course. So you'll be ready when you get to that point. But my full-blown marketing course is going to be amazing. So I got the slides ready. I just got to film it. So hopefully by the middle of next week, I'll have it filmed and up and ready. But let me get some questions from you guys. Okay, I done been on my tangent. So don't be thinking you're going to get your training from the lender, from the attorney's office and all that. And that's why, and one more thing about our chat we had the other day in mentorship. Somebody put in the mentorship, put any comments or questions you have, guys. Let's talk for a few more minutes. But somebody put in there, why are the pay so low? Why are these companies paying so low? They looked at the closing disclosure, And the closing disclosure might have said like $400 for the notary, but she only was getting like $100. So why are they paying notaries only $100 out of a $400 job or whatever when they collected $400? Like I explained in the chat, don't forget, guys, once they have these signings and everything, they got to pay the notary who don't know what they doing, who's calling the lender for training, calling the attorney for training, and not taking proper education with us, notary educators. They're calling, right? So they're going to send that notary out there for $50. So they already know I got to save another $50 for the next notary who don't know what they're doing, right? And then they finally got to escalate it to somebody like me and pay me $125 because I'm not going for $50. Okay, I'm not going for $30. So they got to keep paying. So out of that $400, now they done lost half of it already, right? Because they already paid 2 notaries at $50. Then they had to pay me $100. You see the math? Is the math mathing? So when you ask, why do they pay so low? And I'm going to do another video about that too. I need to write that down. Why? Because they already got to pay 3 notaries to go get it right. The average notary has not been trained, no education. They just winging it. They say, oh, let me call the lender to train me how to be a notary. Nope. So that's the point. That's the point. So if y'all don't have any questions for me, I'm going to wrap up. I see we got a few new people that joined. Any questions about Notary Educators or our mentorship program? Don't forget, we do have the courses back on sale, 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025. Then we have the mentorship. You can check everything out. The details are very clear. Any other questions while I'm here? Going once, going twice. What we got? What we got? Do I need to pull my screen up? Let me see. Okay, nothing. If we don't have any questions, we're going to head out. Y'all got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. What we want to talk about? Nothing? Okay. So on behalf of Notary Educators and Notary Life with Kimmi, I do see we have a couple more people. Did you guys that just joined? We're just having a random conversation here today. Was there anything that any questions you had while I'm here? Okay. All right, then we're going to wrap it up. So on behalf of Notary Educators and Notary Life with Kimmi, I'm going to wish you much success in your business. I will see you around, either mentorship or self-paced. Okay? Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.